luck. Safety boat comes back. We have 0 laps, I've been told. Negative laps. Well, we got the proverbial thumbs up from the passenger. So the driver flies by us on the gurney there that lays down, and that's mandatory. A little trip in here and get checked out. Make sure your eyeballs are still pointing forward. All your arms move.
Brian? Where's his trailer? Billy Mason, stay where you're at. We're going to bring the other boats to you. Billy Mason, stay where you're at. Even though we're going to display the black flag, stay where you're at. Go ahead, Brian. Display the black flag. Rescue gets in position, they're going to be on the white flag because they got 0 laps done.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to announce it. Well, I've got some good news to report. Vance Lund is okay. He cleared medical. He's walking around, and he has left the ambulance area. So, big round of applause. We're happy to hear it. Vance Lund is good to go. We're going to get rescue back into position, and drivers for the comp jet, you'll be on your white flag when we start. That means go around, go straight to the start buoy down at Headgate Dam. When you come up, you should be lined up, ready to go, waiting on the flag to drop. Drivers, one more time, when we go back to running, the white flag will be displayed. You'll go right around, line up, go around the start buoy, down by Headgate Dam. When you come up, you should be waiting for the green for the rerun of this heat.
So the drivers get their instructions from Ross DeBoss, self-proclaimed, of course. But anyway, I actually have taken over. He just doesn't know it yet. So we're going to wait for them to fire up. Safety boats are going to get back in position. He waves the horn at me. Woo, I'm scared. Got a horn. It's on. This is war. Well, as we did for Jay Hart, go down and give Vance Lund a hug. He's a little wet, so don't hug him tight, but hug him anyway. That's the race it could have been, like Jay Hart. Here he was rolling around the big bad monster of the 702 boat, Billy Mason, and whoop, there it is. Whoops, there it is. This water ain't exactly swimming water. I don't know if you've been in it lately, but I dipped a little toe in it yesterday. Turned purple. Not to mention there was shrinkage. Wait a minute now, I'm talking about my toe. That shrunk a long time ago. Never mind. Hell, I'm 64. What do you expect? Anyway, let's go racing. This could get bad if we don't get some boats running. There we go. We got boats. You're all saved. Yeah, yay for that. Oh, he shut it off. He wants to hear more. Holy moly, there it goes again. So the remaining warriors are Billy Mason, Brian Neal, Toby Clark, Harold Bruce, and Ron Lund Sr. So the father-son team are no longer racing. It's just the father. No Harold Bruce either. No. Well, Billy Mason looked to have the boat to beat early in that race. They didn't even get a lap in, I don't think, but so they're sent off to that far buoy. They'll come down, they'll look for green flags so we get you racing again. Green flag. Brian Neal in second, Billy Mason first. SE boats to the ramp, SE to the ramp, and then Pro Stocks up next. You're after the SE, Sportsman Extreme. Billy Mason sets sail. Toby Clark in second in the orange boat. He's on the outside lane. And Brian Neal in third. Cracker Boxes, you're up next. SC after them. Cracker Box, you are up next. Billy Mason taking the white flag. One more round. The liquid course. Toby Clark, Brian Neal. Ron Lund running in fourth place in the Cheryl Dickey boat. Billy Mason coming around to take the green or the checkered flag. That boat not to be denied. That thing is super fast. Toby Clark swings way wide. Brian Neal in third and Ron Lund Sr. in fourth. That's the finish for the Mark Yunker Memorial. They'll gather the points all up for the weekend and they will receive the trophy at our awards banquet later on this evening. Okay, nice to see you. I see you. We'll see you next year. I'll be here. Bye-bye. Say hi to your wife. Cracker Boxes, SE, and Pro Stock. That's the order. Cumulative points, according to Ross, that looks pretty favorable for Toby Clark for the full weekend here in the Thanksgiving Regatta. We'll see you back here March 25th and 26th for the Spring Classic right here in the Parker Strip, the Blue Water. All updates on scscracing.com. You can go there and get all the information on all the dates. There it is. This weekend's event sponsored by none other than Nick Rose Insurance. Home, auto, life, and commercial. Nick Rose can take care of all your needs. Ecology Auto Parts, Amsoil Twins, Rex Marine, Jet Renew, and the family of polishes and cleaning products, and hotboat.com. I'd talk about souvenir t-shirts if we had any, but that would be a moot point. Oh, you have some t-shirts?
From previous events.
From previous events on sale.
The illustrious Enduro.
Including the illustrious Enduro. I don't know why he has me announce when he just tells me what to say. He's the one that came up with the shrinkage joke. That's not good. No. Oh, he's quite a command artist, a control freak, they call it. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we call him. Crackers up next, those fun hoppity-hop boats. The Deutsch boys were down here to tell me that they made a change to the boat and it didn't go well. That was self-evident. I know, they made Mom nervous. I heard that. So the boys will be back at it again with the 244 boat out. We'll see if the Deutsch boys can put the right setup on that boat and go to the front, where we're used to seeing the high maintenance boat. Oh, Brett Marshall Brett Marshall, great interview. Unfortunately, pushed a head gasket out. For you non-mechanical, that means he blew a head gasket. Pushing it out is just a soft way of putting it to your wife. Honey, the only thing that happened is we pushed a head gasket. Oh, instead of we blew a head gasket. See, that means dollars. Pushing a head gasket, couple of wrenches, some Permatex, we're back in business. You got to know how to put it to the ladies, folks. Remember, in some instances, we still have to be PC, politically correct. And that's one of them, explaining the blown-up motor to the little woman. What's all that metal in the bottom of the boat? Oh, that idiot that was racing next to us thought it was funny, and he dumped all his engine parts in our boat. See, stuff like that. Works all the time. I remember Jack Landers flipped his K-boat down here in front of Fox's one year, and he blew one whole side out of the boat. It was gone. The boat went to the bottom, but when you put the boat on the trailer, it had one good side, and the motor was still in it. And he waited till late at night to go home with his son, and then he swore his son to secrecy. It was quite a story. He pulled up in front of the house, of course, with the good side of the boat, and his wife said, "How'd it go this weekend, honey?" And he said, "Fine." The next morning, it wasn't so good. Half the boat was missing, still at the bottom of the lake. So, you just got to break these things to them easy. So Dave Laws and the Deutsch boys should be putting on a show for you here in the final for the Cracker Boxes. We hope that Mike Stock doesn't embarrass us like he did the last race. Well, he is going to finish ahead of Brett Marshall. So, because he, of course, softly pushed a head gasket. So we'll see if Tony Applegate can hang on to one of those rides with Mike Stock again.
Mike Torres.
As I said earlier, I think most of these motors are configured to be 314 cubic inches, kind of an odd size. There's some options for the cubic inch size, but most of the Cracker Boxes do go under that motor rule, so they're mainly small block Chevys, except for the 94 boat is a Ford. Of course, the same cubic inches. The unique part of these boats is the amount of RPM they spin. These little 314 motors are built to spin 8,500 to 9,000 RPM. That's hard on parts, and it costs a lot of money to build those little motors because you got to have all good stuff inside. And you'll hear the RPM. I mean, the difference between the normal flat bottoms and then you hear a Cracker Box, they sound like mad bees compared to your normal flat bottom big block boats. Hey, what? All the SE drivers, please come down to the cantina, meet with Ross. All the SE drivers. No? Launch their boats. Oh, at this end. And then see Ross. No. You don't want to see him? No. Okay. Okay, SE boats, come down to this cantina end to launch. I thought you wanted to have a meeting. Kind of a butt chewing? No? No. That's no fun. I want a little action down here. Oh, you are so bad. You are so bad. I'm going to quit. I don't want to give up the income, though. I got a house payment. You think that's funny? I need hearing aids already, and you do that to me. What? Huh? Yeah, and new. No, I didn't. need new shorts. It's not that scary. So what do we got? Is Mike Stock in this race?
What race is he not in?
Yeah, he is. He's like, okay. Well, you said you needed 2 boats. Don't we have 3? Okay. Brett Marshall. I remember that guy. John Force Jr.
Look, I gave you the cracker box. Is it right under there?
Right here, I got it.
Oh, but I gave you all the. I'll pull it up for you, see. Since all these fences are dead anyway.
So the 94 is that of the name High Maintenance. Donald Deutsch behind the wheel with Justin D'Alessandro. Palisandro. Is it D'Alessandro? Yes. Give them a wave, everybody. They're waiting for the 1 boat to get... James Pravat is the rider with Donald Deutsch.
And Mark Cervenka is riding with. Mark Cervenka is driving with
David Laws.
Mark Cervenka.
Mark Cervenka, the driver or rider in that boat.
And you know Mike Stock and Tony Applewood.
Mike Torres, copy, Mike Torres.
David Laws out of Huntington Beach. Sponsored by Wilkes Marine, Empire Realty, Empire Property Management, Jerry Ross Racing Engines, Jerry Ross right here in the Parker Strip. Deutsch Heating and Air, the sponsor of the 94 boat, Nick Rose Insurance, A&G Lumber, QMP Racing Engines, that's that Ford motor. And of course, Mike Stock and Tony Applegate in the 46 boat. The name Warrior. Matt Bookie was hurt yesterday in the boat, sprained a shoulder. Eric Sammons was the rider in that boat yesterday. And they're looking for the green, and it flies. Wow, look at Mike Stock go down that front straightaway on the outside. Tony Applegate sitting beside him. And look, we may get some sun. David Laws goes to the front, gets around Mike Stock, and Donald Deutsch in third. David Laws with a nice ride. Mike Stock right there. Mike Stock doesn't want the embarrassment thing hung on him again, so those two are neck and neck, man. David Laws on the inside, Mike Stock on the outside. He rolls him hard, tries to pin him down. We'll see what we got. Side by side. The boat out of Long Beach, California is a Patterson Glass number 4, 314-inch Chevrolet, sponsored by Games Boy Racing, Warrior Wraps, Fig Speed Performance, Marine. He's keeping David Laws awful honest, making him work for the win, that's for sure. Letting him know, hey, I'm still here. White flag, 3/4 of a lap to go for David Laws, Mike Stock. Donald Deutsch in third. Wow! By about 3 or 4 feet, David Laws gets Mike Stock. See, I know how to motivate drivers. All you got to do is say you were an embarrassment to our hometown, and then look what happens. Well, I'd prefer that over a knuckle sandwich, if you know what I'm saying. So great job by Mike Stock, second time in that boat in his life, and Tony Applegate hanging on for dear life. David Laws picks up the win. Exciting final. I always say it only takes 2 boats to make a boat race. That was a boat race. Donald Deutsch finishing third. I know they're not happy, but they'll get her figured out. There's always another day to race. The owner of the 46 boat in Las Vegas, Glenn Madden. Shout out to Glenn Madden, the owner of the 46 boat. Great job. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's all happy. All happy. As long as he doesn't blow any kisses.
Yes, let's get the SEs in the water.
SEs in the water, please. Mike Stock's got permanent work now if he wants it. It's about time he got a real job. I mean, what better is there to be than a cracker box pilot? Something I always wanted to be. They said I was a little heavy for the boat. I don't understand that. That Donald Deutsch is a big kid. I'm sure I could fit in it. But with the shrinkage and all, I probably wouldn't be any good to anybody. Unfast, anyway. I won't repeat that. SE's up next. It's going to be a bad day, folks. Thanks again to Nick Rose Insurance, a huge sponsor of motorsports. Really appreciate it. We always talk about them when we can. For all your insurance needs, look them up on the internet. Nick Rose, R-O-S-E, Insurance, Ecology, Auto Parts. Big part of the Armenian Navy. Amsoil Twins, Rex Marine, Jet Boat Renew, Hotboat.com, and Bingham Equipment, bringing you all the action this weekend.
Call the Pro Stocks to the ramp.
Pro Stocks to the ramp. Pro Stocks to the ramp. SRP, the sponsor of the SEs this weekend. Sportsman Extreme, the small block powered flat bottoms, about 430 horse. They run right at about 90 miles an hour. Duff Daly in the 40 boat, the driver from Stuart, Florida. Bought the boat for his son. It's a U.S. Marine fighting for us. And he'll get to pilot that boat when he gets back from the Marines. Timmy Hoffman will be driving the 717 boat. Mike Przinski in the 151. Jim Lewis in the 177. Jay Hart in the 56 boat belonging to Paul Grishar. And as we said, Duff Daly in the 40 boat. Duff Daly, the winner of the heat race today. This is the final for SEs. Hope you all had a good time on the computer today. They're at surfrat.tv. Always doing a good job for us. Pro Stocks to the ramp right now. Pro Stocks to the ramp. I'm not going to ask again, Pro Stocks. I get all mad. Ross gets madder and blows the horn in my ear. So please get your boats to the ramp. Get this thing finished up so everybody can do some fun stuff, you know? Break out a beer. Again, want to thank River Bottom Auto Body for all their help here today from Blythe, California. Oh, how sweet it is, the horn. We're going to fire up the SEs. Send them racing.
You copy that, Mike? Yeah.
Looks like Mike Przinski on the pole. No, I'm wrong about that. I think he'll be third. That's hard to say here. Let's wait a second. I think Duff Daly will be on the pole. SE 40. Give them all a wave. Your SC division sponsored by SRP Security Race Products. And in comes looks like Jay Hart heads for the trailer. 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolets, one carburetor, about 425, 430 horse, capable of the 90s mile per hour. Most of them run the Biesmeyer's type hull. But any hull, any old flat bottom V-drive is what they're looking for in this class. Sportsman Extreme, kind of a starting point for most drivers. So they go out to that commitment buoy out there, way out there, and make the turn. Flagman stands ready. The final race for the SC division. Green flag. Duff Daly on the pole, Timmy Hoffman on the outside of him. Duff Daly sails through the corners. I can't tell you how many turns that man's made in his career. Thousands. And he set sail going down that front back straightaway. Timmy Hoffman in second. Jim Lewis in third. Michael Brzezinski brings up the rear. Pro stocks, go to the ramp. Duff Daly with about a 20 boat lead on Timmy Hoffman. Jim Lewis still in third. Mike Brzezinski in fourth. Timmy Hoffman catching Duff Daly. We'll see what happens here. Duff rolls around him again, hard on the corner, but Timmy Hoffman right there. Checkered flag. Duff Daly. That's what we want to see. Side-by-side boat racing, deck to deck. Duff Daly kind of pulls up. Might have been lame a little bit, but he only had about a half a lap to go, and then Timmy Hoffman gets to him. And, of course, Jim Lewis in third. And Michael Brzezinski in fourth. SC Division done for the weekend. Pro Stocks up next. These boats, 500 cubic inches, normally aspirated. You can run injection, carburation, can't run a blower, and you're limited on 500 cubic inches. So these right below the K boat, the next step up would be KRR from the Pro Stock division. So Greg Duff in the 640 boat, him and Greg Shirley put on the show of shows at Long Beach. Unbelievable. Greg Shirley won every heat the whole entire weekend in the Danny Loveless owned boat, Loveless Racing, and Greg Duff was able to win that final. But today, Greg Duff said he was going to be behind Paul Fitzgerald, and this is the race, the Pro Stock, where Jay Hall was doing so well. No, I'm wrong about that. Paul Fitzgerald's the one that kicked butt in that first heat race today. So Jay Hart is scratched. I'm sure he's not feeling as well as he did earlier in the day after getting in the water with his 777 boat. So the final will be Tyler Roth in the 333 boat. Chad Majorkurth. Gosh dang. I'm having a hard time with that name. I usually don't have, I have a hard time with everything, but usually I can do a name. That one's kicking me. From Texas, the 111 boat. Paul Fitzgerald in the boat called April, number 24, and he was flying in the heat earlier today. So we wish him a lot of luck as we set the Pro Stocks to go. Formula Lights, you might want to start working your way to the ramp. Formula Lights. Okay. The outboards are on top of it. Oh, yeah. They're your homies. I know. And then the Grand National 20-lapper. We got a pontoon boat here on the course.
You go grab this pontoon boat and make him stop.
We got to get them off the course.
He was. Red flag it right now, please. I got a pontoon on the course. Mike Torres, you're keying your mic.
Oh, you are such a comedian. God, you just love it, don't you? That's why you're single. You know that, don't you? Yeah, that's why you're single. No chick would have you. I don't think you could get a guy. So anyway, we're ready to go racing. Pro stock. Greg Duff looking for that glory from Long Beach. That's what he's looking for. Paul Fitzgerald of the senior race group just putting a spanking on him earlier today. So I look for a repeat of that. I look for Greg Duff to do a little bit better. And Chad Magic Earth looking for some experience out of the great state of Texas. Give him a wave, everybody. The old Mona boat, probably one of the most raced boats here in the last year, 2 years. Man, that boat has seen some action. Driver training courses going on with Tyler Roth. Tyler doing a great job. Mike Stock driving the boat. Tony Applegate, Duff Daly. Everybody's had a round of driving in that seat this last couple of years. Great boat. Belongs to Duff Daly. Mike Stock builds the engines. Paul Fitzgerald, Southern Thunder Marine in North Carolina, builds his own engines, puts his race boats together. Always fun to watch, Fitzy. Fast lane Fitzy. Here they come looking for green. Yes, sir, we got it. Greg Duffin, Paul Fitzgerald. Chad Majorkirth back there in fourth place. Paul Fitzgerald is first one to the second corner. Turn number 3. And there's a repeat of earlier. If Fitzy can keep it up front, he'll grab himself this whole weekend. Greg Duff in second, looking for magic. Paul Fitzgerald wasn't at Long Beach Marine Stadium. Greg Duff keeping him honest, but the man on the mission, Paul Fitzgerald. Man, that boat looks good. Down the straightaways, just amazing how well that boat, oh, takes a set. He took a big hit there in a roller. And he's about to put a lap on Chad in the boat 111 out of Texas. Chad pulls to the inside, pulls up, shuts the boat off, gets off the course. That's heads up racing for a young guy. Tyler Roth in third. Chad off the course. Fitzgerald just setting a blistering pace. Got a really nice lead on Greg Duff. And the checkered flag comes out for Fast Lane Fitzy. There he is. Greg Duff in second. Mike Smith, the owner of Fitzy's boat, smiling from ear to ear. He's in North Carolina, I think. Maryland? Maryland, okay. The boat's out of Maryland. Maintained, the engine's built by Paul Fitzgerald, Southern Thunder Marine. Great run for this weekend. Paul took a tumble here about 3 years ago. That was a really rough ride. Put him in the hospital, and, you know, there was a lot of us that said, hey, is he going to do it again? So to come back and face the demon and run that good says a lot about the character of Paul Fitzgerald. Just a great guy, great ambassador to the sport, teaches a lot of young people. He's Tyler Roth's father-in-law. Yep, so it's all in the family there, and he's been working with Tyler for a long time. Son of Victor Roth, so it's all in the family for that group. Tyler finishing third in that event. That boat not really a pro stock, the 333 boat, more of a heavy Grand National type of boat. It runs in many different divisions, but not really a good pro stock boat. But getting Tyler laps, that's what he needs to be a great driver like his father-in-law and his father. So
Test, test. All right, we're back live. Mike, the mouth Miniger, used up all my battery, so now I'm making him take a break. He's going to the penalty box. All right, here we go. We ready, Pat? Are we ready? No? All right, drivers, here we go. What was that? What was? Oh.
You have the mic, I got the horn.
Well, that was just uncalled for. 3, 2, 1. 1 minute, drivers. 1 minute. What the hell was that all about? 50 seconds. You dope.
Shut up.
You're too much. 40 seconds. Nope. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. Flag is up. We're underway. 10-lap final for the Formula Lights. RJ West nabbing the pole. The 18 of Jared Wallach in the second spot. Third at the start is Spencer Love, Colin Cross, and Mark Haliak. That's as they start the race. This is a 10-lap race. Jared Wallach making a big mistake coming through that turn, now dropping him back to the last position. Overdriving the boat. Overdriving the boat. But I'm his father, so I can say that. Anyway, as they file through, all boats around the turn. Now Jared's got to play catch up, but it is all RJ West, then Spencer Love, Colin Cross, Mark Haliak, and Jared Wallach. Hey. Hey. This is a 10-lap. This is a 10-lap final.
I didn't drive it. I mean, I just
He's the yellow. Read it. Fine. He's all wound up. Good job. You made it look good. See, that was fun too. So RJ West flying that tunnel boat down the front straightaway. Spencer Love not able to get that boat quite that high. That Lovecraft number 24 out of Santa Rosa, California. The 44, Colin Cross in a composite craft tunnel boat. And then Mark Haliak. These boats running about a 38-second lap. All drivers strapped in with a 6-point harness, onboard air, communications to their spotters. As RJ's taking the wide way around the course, getting all the smooth water. Coming up next, Grand Nationals. Grand Nationals, your 20-lap main. Grand Nationals, let's get you to the ramp right now. Grand Nationals, head to the RV park ramp, the far end of the pits. As we are 3 laps complete of a 10-lap final. We hope you've been enjoying the 70th annual Thanksgiving Regatta, Mark Yunker Memorial, presented by Nick Rose Insurance. As we get down to our last set of heats for the finals. SST 45, the Formula Lights right now. We have the Grand Nationals and then the K Racing Runabout Grudge Match Final between Tyler Roth driving the El Cid. So we're not. Well, I apologize. Our next heat will be the final heat. The Grand National Final will conclude the 70th Annual Thanksgiving Regatta. As I'm just told by Mike Stock, the owner of the El Cid, that little damage to the motor, to the V-drive, but they'll be back. Right now, we're coming up on halfway through this time by, actually, nope, 4 laps to go now. 4 laps to go, so 6 laps complete for RJ West, driving for Chuck Skelton. Skelton Racing out of Santa Clarita, California. They just won the U.S. Championships on the North American Speedboat Federation U.S. Formula Light Tour. Spencer Love, who owns the 24, the 44, and the 18. So he's got most of the field covered. Bill Ryder owning the 19, Ryder Racing, with Mark Halyak at the controls. This is three laps to go. Grand Nationals, you should be in the water and turned around. Grand Nationals, you should be in the water and turned around. I believe there's just a few souvenir T-shirts from some other events. This weekend's event is done, but we have Spring Classic from earlier in the year, and we also have the Enduro, which just took place last month. Some T-shirts left. Yes. You can fit it in the back. It's like a little tiny thing. It's great. You know how much fun it was doing it. It's a blast. That's just a great class. You know it. White flag coming out. 1 lap to go for the number 25. Last time this weekend. Right here at the 70th Annual Thanksgiving Regatta. Spencer Love cruising in the second spot. Colin Cross sitting in the third spot. Mark Halyak, and then the 18 of Jared Wallach. All right, there it is. Checkered flag for RJ West. Second place, Santa Rosa, the town of the owner and driver of Clover Construction Racing Team, Spencer Love. The 44 from Alameda, California, Colin Cross. The number 19 finishing in the 4th spot, Mark Halyak. And rounding out the field, number 18, Jared Wallach. That'll do it for the SST 45 Formula Lights. Nicely done. Go for Ross. Then we're done. So Grand National Final next. So send the pontoon boat right now, please.
Yeah. I talked to little Jew back here.
With who?
Your kid, Junior.
Oh, why? What'd he do?
Because he was out in the bar. And
find out from Dennis Johnson. There,
It was probably 20.
Dennis Dean, you have a copy. Dennis Dean, you have a copy. Can you walk over to, what's her name, it's 25 River Hydro, and see if the owner plans on putting it back out at the end of the day, or if he's done? Thank you. All right, this is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Give me the damn.
You can interview, what's your interview my style? The guy who owns everything.
Hey, Mike, come here. Tell us about the K99 boat, because you put Tyler Roth in it for the first time, and we saw him. I said he broke prop shaft or something stupid, but tell us what happened.
It actually stripped the bottom teeth off the gear, and it cracked the gear case and over-revved the engine. The engine looked okay based on quick analysis, but based on not too many boats here and everything, we decided just to pack everything up, and then we'll go home and look at everything, go back through the engine, and then be ready to run here March 25th.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you, all the involvement, the driving to the Cracker Box. You did an awesome job. You're no longer embarrassment to Boise, Idaho. We're proud of you.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike's a good-hearted soul. Lets us have a little fun. That's what it's all about. If you ain't having fun doing this, then you need to find another sport. So in the Grand National Final, we got 20 laps. Chuck Susamian in the 22 boat. Jim Lewis in the 19. Tyler Roth will be driving the 333 boat. Remember we said that boat gets a workout? Yep, old Mona in this race. Number 24, the newbie, Eric Sperry, put on a show yesterday. Got the boat a little calmed down. I wasn't here, but of course I heard about it because he's a living legend because of Long Beach. So he got a new boat, bought everything that Joey Cucci and Ted Colby owned, and Joey Cucci drove, so he's in a racing craft now, a good boat. And I think Andrew Barker is back in the 227 boat shakedown. So that should be our final for 20 laps in the Grand National Division. These are the boats that started the enduro craze back in the 60s. The Parker 9-hour enduro. These boats kind of came from that lineage of racing. They're a V-bottom boat, most of them. The Omona is a semi-flat V almost. The 333, great GN boat.
Yeah, P-Dub. Send it to you on the warm-up. Okay.
GN's on the warm-up lap. Nick Rose Insurance, Ecology Auto Parts, Amsoil Twins, Rex Marine, Jet Renew, Hotboat.com, and Bingham Equipment, your main sponsors this weekend, of course, along with River Bottom Auto Body. Mike Stock talking about over-revving the engine in the El Cid K99. We talked about that a little bit earlier, and you take it back home, pull it all apart, replace the rod bolts. Very expensive engines in the K class. Well, every class is an expensive engine in boat racing. So as much as we'd like to see the K boats, John Guthrie is dead in the water also with his K16. He hurt that boat. So this is it for the day right here, folks. And until we see you on March 25th and 26th, right here, same venue, same classes of boats. Mike Stock just told me they're building 4 brand new K boats in the El Cid mold. They're going to Hallett tomorrow to place the capsule in a brand new one. Mike Stock kind of re-engineering the K-boats as it would be, making them safer, a little bit bigger, and him and Duff Daly have been working on that boat, Tony Applegate, the whole crew, for about 3 seasons, maybe 4. They've been working on the design of that boat, and they've got it where it's a dominant K-boat now, and now they're starting to build some boats for other people, which was Mike Stock's goal all along. So congrats to him and his crew for putting together such a great boat. Eric Sperry going right in front there, the GN24, the boat we saw so many years, driven by Joey Cucci, and now under the ownership of the Sperry family. The 22 boat of Chucky Susamian. Jim Lewis in the 19 boat. And of course the shakedown of Andrew Barker. They're going to come to the beach and do a Le Mans start. That's how we do these boats. The boat of Tyler Roth has got plenty of heat built into it. That boat's been running all day long. So Tyler brings it to the beach. They'll get it turned around and ready for that start. Well, as you can see, the water gets rough in a big hurry when the GN boats are out there with their V-bottoms, causing a lot of turbulence in the water. Gets like a soup bowl quickly. Chucky Susamian, they're kind of synonymous with Ecology Auto Parts. Great racers. We missed Dave Rankin. I saw him walking around today, but that'd be nice to have the 44 boat back. Dave Rankin behind the wheel. Great Grand National racer. Missing Lance Hasselrig, too. I saw him at the Enduro the end of October, but not on premise this weekend.
Number 30, order number 30. Number 38, order up.
So they come to the beach. And the engines get shut off. The pit crews turn them around and we do the countdown. Okay, everybody, please push back by the cabanas along the beach line, please. Move back to the cabanas. That's what the insurance rules tell us. I know it's a pain, but we have to do it, especially when we have a start on a beach like this.
Unless they want me to bring back the...
Yeah, like Ross said, we could bring back the barricades, but I don't think you guys want that. So please back up before we start this race. Just everybody move back, up off the sand and right there by the cabanas. Appreciate it. Unless you're a registered photographer or something with Ross. Everybody, that's everybody. Not half of you. please. 1 minute.
Right here by me. Hold that mic right here. 50 seconds. Stay off the mic. Forty seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. The flag is up.
Who's first to the pin? Everybody back off the beach, please. Everybody back off the beach. Chuck Susamian. Eric Sperry. Andrew Barker. Chucky Susamian out in front, got a really, really good lead. Eric Sperry to second. He finished second last night. Wow, that was a heck of a hit. Tyler Roth in third. Tyler Roth trying hard to get to Eric Sperry. He's on the outside of him. Tyler's got a better corner speed than Eric Sperry does, so we'll see if he can roll around him. He's right there. Great race for second. Chucky Susamian checked out. down, 15 to go. Andrew Barker smells blood. He's reeling into 333 boat of Tyler Roth. He's coming up on him. Eric Sperry holds on to second. He leaves Tyler Roth, but he's not really gaining on the 22 of Chucky Susamian. Water's getting rougher every lap for these guys. Eric Sperry having a real struggle keeping that boat straight. Andrew Barker, he rolls up on Tyler Roth for third spot. Tyler Roth gets through the corners a little bit better, but about 12 laps left. Halfway, ladies and gentlemen, 10 laps to go. 10 laps left. Chucky Susamian, Eric Sperry, Tyler Roth, your top three boats. Eric Sperry pulling up on Chucky Susamian. Chucky's got the lap boat in front of him. Let's see what happens. Eric Sperry on the gas. He goes to the inside. 4 laps to go. Chucky swinging way out in the corner, and here comes Sperry. Got 3 laps left, 3 laps to go. And he goes past him, going into turn 3. They got the lap boat to contend with. Sperry on the inside, and he's got him beat. Chucky Susamian goes to second. There's your race coming out of turn 2. Eric Sperry in the lead. Chucky Susamian behind him after leading every lap. Keep an eye on that 24 boat coming down the front straightaway. Checkered flag for Eric Sperry. That's got to be a heartbreaker right there. Chucky Susamian dominated that event, and Eric Sperry never let off of him. As wild as Eric was, I mean, he had that thing every which way but straight. And it just walked away with the weekend. Unbelievable. Chucky Susamian goes down in defeat. That won't go easily down his throat, I'll tell you that. So Eric Sperry in the first weekend in Ted Colby's old boat, the one Joey Cucci raced forever. What a finish, folks. Unbelievable. Great weekend. Couple of boats got wet, but nobody hurt. A great weekend. Thanksgiving, 70 years tradition at this race. Matt Bookie and the rider. Matt Bookie and your rider, please come up here to the judges' stand. Matt Bookie and your rider.
Good seeing you.
He thinks he's Jimmy Johnson. That's a burnout in a boat, in case you didn't know that. That's a boat burnout. That's excitement. I haven't seen that in a long time in a boat race. He is excited.
And then I just had a...
Well, folks and racers, we fans alike, we really appreciate your attendance this weekend on Thanksgiving weekend. We know it's a big weekend, but so many of you support this event and have for years. And on behalf of Ross and all the employees of SCSC, it was a great weekend, and we hope you enjoyed yourself. And we'll see you here March 25th and 26th. Go down and see these drivers and thank them. I mean, they put on a show today, they put on a show yesterday, and it costs a lot of money to come do this. Fuel's super expensive, travel, motel room.